right, we got the Baltimore Ravens today. We're going to recap last season, go through the offseason transactions, including the NFL draft, and then looking at any pertinent news, salary cap issues, along with previewing the 2024 season. And then we'll finish with looking at the betting market and seeing what the bettors expect from this team this season and see if we agree or disagree with that. So last year, Cricket, Baltimore Ravens had a hell of a season. 13-4, ended up with the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. Got a bye, right? Got a playoff win against Houston, a shellacking of 34-10, and then they took that L to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, 17-10 loss. So they were favored in that game too. I mean, obviously they were home, but it was looking like Baltimore was headed to the Super Bowl. We're going to see that rematch between Baltimore and San Francisco. Not so fast, my friend. How did you feel about their season last year?
I mean, I think when the way it ended, obviously a really good season there, 13-4. You make it to the AFC Championship game, but I mean, with some more of those sour grapes for Baltimore fans. Probably expected a lot more there. Lamar winds up having an MVP season, which we think should have went to Christian McCaffrey, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Still had a great season, but it's got to be some disappointment at the end of that thing, especially the way you played against those Chiefs in that AFC Championship game. Chiefs kind of took them out of their element, really made them play their type of ball game there. You got Zay Flowers had the big fumble at the end of the game. You know, young guy, he'll learn from all that and stuff. But you got to protect the football right there with everything on the line. But all in all, man, it's got to be a disappointment for me with the way it ended. And I do feel like they were the more complete team than the Kansas City Chiefs when they played them. And just Kansas City, just like I said, took them out of their element and had a great game plan coming into that and made the plays when it happened, when it counted.
Yeah, I feel like this team is just always right there, but can't push through. It's kind of crazy. It's
always solid, bro. I don't remember the last time this team didn't get double-digit wins in the season.
Yeah, and you talked about Lamar getting his second MVP, which was like his stats were worse than his first MVP, which is crazy. He literally just got it because it was a weak year and they were the number 1 seed with the best record.
That it did. You know, we know that's a quarterback award, and usually a quarterback on one of the obviously best teams in the league. There, you got to be on the best team to have that type of season. So yeah, it just I felt like that one. To me, that one's a little more skewed than the first one. Thanks, but
yeah. Let's see. Let's go take a look at their transactions this season. What is SD14 fan laughing at in here? I know this was a little bit ago. What's she laughing at?
I think she was laughing about my great value brand NASCAR driver comment.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, they had some off-season moves and stuff. What was some of these that stood out to you?
Oh, well, obviously the Derrick Henry move there is a big one coming over from the Titans. You know, they've had a lot of running back problems here with the Baltimore Ravens the last few years. Been more of a running back by committee due to some bad luck with guys like J.K. Dobbins. I hate it for that guy. He's had a rough go since he came in from Ohio State. But, you know, most of it's always been a running back by committee probably the last 4 or 5 years here in Baltimore because they can't keep anybody healthy. So this guy coming in really allows them a different dynamic on that offense there and really allows Lamar to be able to do other things because you've got to honor the run game now.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was a big one. They got Derrick Henry there. He's still, man. You ever see those off-season workouts that he does? Like, dude is just big old brick house, dude. He's just pure muscle.
And if you don't think that stuff is hard, go try a little bit of it. I want you don't even have to use the weights most of the time that he's doing. Just try to do the actual act.
Not even just the weights, too. I mean, he does those crazy balancing things while he's got a bunch of weights on there. He reminds me of, like, I picture him with just just a big fat heavy chain around him as he's working out, like a Rampage Jackson type of deal. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, his pecs have pecs.
That's crazy. They re-signed Kyle Van Noy to a 2-year contract. That's big news on the defensive side of things.
A big one for me, man. Patrick Queen moving on.
Oh yeah,
going to the little division rival Pittsburgh Steelers there, and that's a guy
that's a huge loss.
I think so, man. I do. You know, it was one of those guys that goes in there with Roquan, gives them one of the best linebacking duos in the league, and now that half of that duo is gone. So yeah, I think it's a big deal.
Yeah, and they need to sign King to trump the Queen loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, terrible there. Oh man.
Let's see. Baltimore Ravens NFL draft. Let's see.
Yeah, I was trying to see here if there's any, but nobody else really sticks out to me there. They brought a couple guys back, re-signed Nelson Aguilar, re-signed Rashad Bateman, but those guys Nothing really to call home about there. Jadeveon Clowney's moved on to the Panthers. Brought Russell Gage in. One of my Buccaneers there was a Falcon, then went to the Buccaneers, and more of a possession type guys. Dealt with some injury problems, but you got him coming over. You got Eddie Jackson, safety, comes in from the Bears there. So they did make a few moves. Odell Beckham Jr. moved on to the Dolphins, but a few moves in the offseason. But let's go ahead and talk about that draft a little bit. They usually draft pretty well up there in Baltimore.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are going to be shocked by this. Absolutely. Here we have their draft picks. I can't believe Nate Wiggins was still available for them at 30 overall, cornerback out of Clemson. Tell me about this guy, Cricket.
Man, the only cornerback at the combine to run a sub 4.3 40-yard dash there. Ran a 4.28. So guys got lightning speed, very, very quick. Got great recovery speed and coverage there. Did have 2 picks for touchdowns when he was at Clemson. Obviously played in a lot of those big-time college football games with a lot on the line there. So this is a great player right here. Kind of surprised he fell to this point in the draft. He was the 25th overall ranked player, had a grade of 89, the 4th ranked cornerback there. But like I said, the only quarterback to run a sub 4.3 at the combine. So you got a guy here that can really step in and make some plays early on.
Yeah. Great pick for the Ravens. Great pick. Moving on. In the second round, it was 62 overall. They ended up taking Roger Rosengarten, offensive tackle out of Washington. Big boy.
Yeah, big old boy, man. 6'5", 308 right here. A guy that played the national championship game last year, was a 2-year starter up there for the Huskies. Got great lateral quickness and hand speed to really help handle some of those guys coming off the edge. And obviously we know how important that is in the NFL. So maybe a guy right here that's going to wind up being a journeyman for him.
Maybe. Whoa, we got some breaking news. Shout out to Patriot MX75. Welcome into the show, buddy. Hope you're having a good morning. He says, I don't drink coffee anymore once I learned the truth. Acidosis food, the slowest killer. Man.
All right.
Well, if it's slowly killing me, that's fine. Not having coffee in the morning would kill me faster.
That's what I'm saying, man. I would, that, or I would wind up going to prison because I'd kill everybody else, man. Jeez, I got to have my coffee in the morning. I don't know how you do it. What?
You shouldn't say that.
What?
You shouldn't admit to that on a live stream.
Well, if I give me my coffee then, man.
Oh man. Well, good morning, Patriot. Glad you're here. I mean, all these Patriots that we got here in the show. I'm gonna have to
America.
Patriot MX, Patriot 4165. Okay, we got it. Bears of Machine Gun says, did Patriot also know that 100% of the people that drink water end up dying? What?
100%. That's true.
You guys are just dropping facts in the chat this morning. I love it.
100% of them. Tell them, Bear.
Yeah. In the third round, they took with 93 overall, they took Adisa Isaac, edge rusher out of Penn State.
Yeah, man, explosive edge rusher here. He's got a good dip and rip move there. Once again, a guy that played in the Big Ten, so played some hard-nosed football right there. He was the 9th ranked edge rusher in this draft, had an overall rank of 77, but a grade of 77 also. So you got a player here you take a chance on late in the third round. I think they did all right here.
What did you say? The rip and dip? Is that what you said?
Oh, dip and rip, man. The old
dip
and
rip
through, you got to get through that left tackle there, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
So they're saying, why wasn't Isaac drafted higher? He ran a 4.74 time in the 40, which hurt him. I mean, listen, there's 40 times, and yeah, cool. You want to see a guy with a little bit of speed, especially edge rusher and stuff like that. But there's also on the field speed. It's so weird. People don't understand this unless you actually have played the sport.
Right.
There's like speed, and then there's game speed. It's crazy. There's field speed. Like, you might not be the fastest guy in the field, but for some odd reason, you are way faster or look way faster on the field. It's just you have a natural feel and flow of the game.
And at the same time, how many positions actually have to run 40 yards at a time? I'm more worried with these edge rusher stuff. I like to look more at the 20-yard shuttles, how quick you're changing speed, your lateral quickness, and all that stuff. So the 40-yard dash for me, for these guys, like I said, how often am I going to have you run 40 yards down the field? I need to know what you're doing, 20-yard shuttles and things like that. So, yeah, game speed and things like that will. Very big difference.
Even at the end of the day, it's like, okay, let's say you just had a bad day at the combine. If I'm looking at the film, I'm like, well, this guy is just dipping and ripping through everyone, all season long. We got a whole season of body of work here, his last college season. So I'd rather take that than one day at a combine.
That's what I'm saying. Comes from a James Franklin coach team, very, very well coached squad. Usually, like I said, I like this guy right here.
Dipping and ripping. I love it. Numbers, fourth round, number 113 overall, Devontae Walker, wide receiver out of North Carolina.
Yeah, Tez Walker. Tez would have probably been a little bit higher on this list. He was the guy that the big controversy with the NCAA last year, where he had transferred out to, I think it was Kent State, and then he transferred back down to North Carolina to help be closer to his ailing grandmother. And the NCAA was not going to let him play. I believe didn't let him play for the first 4 games. Finally, did reinstate him to allow him to play some at the end of the last season there. But I believe this guy, 6'2", 193 right there. He had the 4th fastest 40 time, 2nd best broad jump, and 5th best vertical jump for receivers at the combine here. So a guy with a lot of natural talent. And I do think this is going to pan out. I do think he will be a solid player in the league.
Okay, me too. Me too. I like it. I like it. Tez, what a name. They also had another 4th round pick. TJ Tampa, cornerback out of Iowa State.
Yeah, man, this is a guy, got a great defensive team out there at Iowa State as well, just like the Iowa Hawkeyes. And he's a more of a scheme versatile cornerback. He's got some long length there, 6'1", 189. He's got a good strong punch, can make difficult for receivers to get off the ball there in one-on-one coverages. So they really kind of worked on the secondary here for the Ravens. Lost some of those guys in free agency and trying to replace them. But yeah, another guy that's, played in a big time conference, in a physical conference. And so we'll see how he pans out. More, like I said, more of a scheme fit type guy. Not quite the player Wiggins is, but still can be a productive guy.
And then 5th round, they took a running back out of Marshall, Rasheen Ali.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Rasheen here. I know he did suffer a ruptured biceps tendon at the Senior Bowl. Injury pretty much prevented him from working out at the combine, all that stuff. So didn't get a lot to see from this guy. He is a patient runner, got great foot speed to sift through that traffic there, make defenders miss in the hole. So, obviously coming from a FCS type, not FCS, but a smaller, not group of 5 school here for Marshall. They are D1. But yeah, don't know a lot about this guy. We'll see how he recovers from the bicep tear.
Gotcha. In the 6th round, we got Devin Leary, quarterback out of Kentucky. Are they going to be replacing Lamar?
See, this pick really doesn't make a lot of sense for me here. Devin Leary, I do like Devin Leary. He played down at NC State for a few years there, then transferred over to Kentucky before last year, become the starting quarterback up there. He's got some great arm speed and stuff like that. Not a very big guy, though. It's 6'1", 215. As far as quarterbacks go, you like to see those 6'4", 6'5 guys because he doesn't have elite speed like a guy like Lamar. And for me, when you're drafting these quarterbacks like this, I always like to see, they had Tyler Huntley forever, who has moved on in free agency as well. But you could, if Lamar went down, you could put Tyler Huntley in there and still keep a similar type offense, because they were similar type players. You have to put a guy like Devin Leary in there. You almost have to change the whole offense. So this pick didn't really make a whole lot of sense for me here, but we'll just have to see how he pans out.
In the 7th round, they took a center out of Michigan State, Nick Samak, and a safety out of Purdue, Sanosi Kane. Sanosi Kane?
Yeah, Sanosi. Kane was a 2-year starter who made 155 tackles and 10.5 sacks for loss over the past 2 seasons at Purdue. An aggressive run defender. We're really not afraid to stick his nose in there. And then Samak on the other side started 32 games at center for Michigan State. Just more of a positional run blocker there. Got an effective combo blocking technique. So we'll see. Not a bad, not bad to ever take a chance on those guys. In the
Shout out to Bold over on the YouTube side of things. Sorry, I'm
You're good.
slow on these, but he says talking about you and your coffee, and I said you don't want to say that on live stream, and he says, "Don't worry, Cricket, the jury would understand."
Give me my coffee. Give me my coffee, man. Yeah, hard you would have to work to kill everybody.
And he also says, Mahomes, I'm 0.1 seconds faster than the guy chasing me. That's so true. He is always just barely fast.
That's all you got to be, man. That's all you got to be.
Derp is in the house. What up? He says Lamar is a bum against the Steelers. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Is there any other offseason news that you want to get to before we preview the upcoming season?
No, I believe that's all we got.
We didn't have any Lamar drama this season, so we ripped into him enough last year.
Steps did say speed doesn't do good if you can't tell the difference between a run and a pass play at the snap. Well, that's fair, sir. True. You got to be able to read that sort of thing.
It would help. It would help.
Certainly beneficial.
We've got the their season. They get to start things off with the they could go down to the defending champs rematch. We get how lucky are we? We get to start the NFL year off with the rematch of the AFC Championship game. They're going down to Kansas City, taking on the Chiefs. Now, we play the guess the lines right now. and this is my favorite part of the day, where I tried to guess the current odds for all these games, which are up over on DraftKings right now. Not a sponsor, but that's where we're getting our lines from. I have not looked at week one. Even I was looking at futures bets the last few days, but I still haven't looked at week one again. So I do know that this thing was at 2.5, and I thought it was going to get to 3 at some point. I don't know if it has moved to 3 yet, but I'm going to say this is what is it? Kansas City minus 2.5.
It actually did move to 3 earlier. When I logged in here this morning and was getting these lines pulled up, it was at 3, and it literally changed back to 2.5 as my eyes were watching it. So it is Baltimore plus 2.5 at Kansas City.
Let's go. We get started off with a winner. Ding, ding, ding. Love it. Love it. And then week 2, they go and play their home. Their home opener is against the Raiders. I'm going to say Baltimore is a 7.5 point favorite.
You're cheating today, man. Ravens minus 7.5 at home against the Raiders. He really ain't looking at these lines, y'all.
Perfect. Can we go perfect? Let's see.
Go perfect.
Then they get to go down to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm going to say this one's going to be a tricky one. I'm going to say Baltimore 2-point favorite.
Ravens plus 1 at the Cowboys.
I was off there, man. All streaks have to come to an end at some point, huh?
That's fair.
Then they're home. Man, that ain't an easy 4 games, dude. Kansas City, Dallas, and Buffalo, and then Cincinnati. Man,
it's a tough stretch, man.
If you're 5-0 after that, you might as well just crown them champs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So they're home against Buffalo. I'm going to say Baltimore 3-point favorites.
Ravens minus 3 at home against the Bills. Is that 3 out of 4? You need to calm down, man. Put your P-berry down.
It's this coffee, dude. It's this coffee. I got these coffee beans right here.
Down,
I just start sniffing that P-berry. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. Actually, instead of nicotine in here, I've actually just put P-berry. A little coffee.
Gave up Zans for P-berry.
Yep. Let's see. Then they got to go to Cincinnati. This one's going to be this one's interesting. Market should be high on Cincinnati. God, I want to say Baltimore would be a 1-point favorite, but I'm going to say Cincinnati 1-point favorite.
Ravens plus 1.5 at the Bengals.
Oh, the hook cricket. Dang. Okay. Then they're home against Washington. Ravens 8.5-point favorites.
Let me get it scrolled down here. Man, how'd you get that one? Ravens minus 8.5 at home against the Commanders.
I don't want to put any pressure on this, but that's
the new folks gonna think you're cheating, man.
Well, not cheating. I know I'm a Patriots fan. Not cheating. We haven't got any Spygate over here right now.
Yeah,
I'm at 4. We have a chance to break the all-time world record.
You do. You got a lot of big body of work left too, man.
A lot of pressure. Then we got Monday Night Football down in Tampa Bay. I'm gonna oh wait, no, never mind. That was something else I think. I'm gonna say down at Tampa Bay, the Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite.
Ravens minus 5 at the Buccaneers.
Oh, I was way off on that one. Okay, wow, no respect for Tampa. It's Monday Night Football. That's interesting. Then they got to go to Cleveland. I'm gonna say, God, I'm higher on Cleveland than the market is. I'm gonna say Baltimore minus 2 at Cleveland.
Ravens minus 1 at the Browns.
I was gonna say 1. God, I'm slipping. This is what the greats would get this right. The greats would get this right. If you want to be great, you got to do better. Will, what are you doing?
This is why you can't have nice things, man.
That's why I can't have nice things. Denver, home against Denver. Baltimore I'm going to say Baltimore minus 8.5 again.
Ravens minus 10.5 at home against the Broncos. That's a big one.
That's disgusting. Then a Thursday night game, short week against Cincinnati. Wow. So we had what? We had Cincinnati 1-point favorites, right? And the first ones were flip things. They're home against Cincinnati. About 4. I'm gonna say Baltimore minus 3.5.
Ravens minus 3 at home against the Bengals.
Oh, that's the one time that it didn't move as much as it normally does.
It moves 4 to 4.5, just depending. Like I said, this division should be pretty even for the most part. So you'll probably see between 4 and 4.5 for the home and away.
Probably because it's a short week.
Yeah, that too.
They got to go out to Pittsburgh. At Pittsburgh, I'm going to say Baltimore is a 3.5-point favorite.
Ravens minus 3 at the Steelers.
Good. This probably is my best card. Like, if you count just how many I've gotten right and how close I am on some of these.
Who would have known you were a closet Ravens fan? Worst teams to pick, bro.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Then they got another Monday Night Football game against the Chargers. They're down in LA against the Chargers. This one's tough. Baltimore -3.
Not that tough. Ravens -3 at the Chargers.
That's 5.
That one, I don't know, man. That might be a sneaky Charger spot right there. Monday Night Football. That's gonna be I don't know that Baltimore will be healthy by the time they get to that one, bro. That's a rough road.
Bolt says Will hitting the over today. Yeah, we got 5.
Yeah, I hit the over in the second quarter,
and we haven't even got to the bye week.
Jeez.
That is a crazy tough schedule, though. That is a tough schedule so far, with a late bye week too. But then, before the bye week, they are home against Philly. I'm higher on Philly than most people. I'm gonna say Baltimore -3.
Ravens -3.5 at home against the Eagles.
God, so good. Another half, another hook. Then we get a bye week, and then they go on the road after the bye. I love when teams go on the road after a bye week. And Bolt says easy money today. That's right. You're welcome. I'm gonna start the week off right. At New York, I'm gonna say the Ravens are a 7-point favorite.
Ravens -6.5 at the Giants.
How many hooks? I got as many hooks as I got winners.
You do, sir.
That's crazy. Then home against Pittsburgh. So when they're at Pittsburgh, what was that? That was like 5. Home against Pittsburgh. Gosh, this one's tough. Ravens -7.5.
Ravens -6 at home against the Steelers.
Ugh. All right. Then go down to Houston.
A little playoff rematch.
I'm gonna say Ravens minus. This is on Christmas Day. Ooh, that changes everything. Hold on. Christmas Day, a lot on the line here. Christmas Day. I'm gonna say Ravens minus. Short week though for them. Only a few days off between Pittsburgh and Houston. Man, this is tough. Ravens -3.
Ravens -1.5 at the Texans.
Bet the Ravens now. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair.
And then home, dude, week 18, home against Cleveland. Ravens -3.5.
Ravens -4.5 at home against the Browns.
Oh, disgusting. All right. Well, we started off hot. God, so many hooks. But hey, can't be mad. Got 5 of them today.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid, sir. Pretty solid. I think you went like 5 out of the first 6, man. So you kind of struggled.
I can't even say I slowed down because I had all those hooks. You know what I mean? Like, I was dialed in today. It's that 1775 coffee, guys. I'm telling you.
It's like hitting a home run for a foul ball, man. Can't have nothing.
That is such a good analogy. Yes, it is.
So,
okay, let's take a look at the divisions. Hold on.
You like that one? They turned his giggle box upside down on that one. I didn't think it was all that funny, but I appreciate it, man.
It was good. Really hit home. It took a second to register in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That
is what that's like. Yeah.
Can't have nothing nice.
Nothing.
I don't know why people are still watching.
What's going on in this division, man? Who we betting?
We're not betting the Bengals. I'll tell you that right now. I've already bet the Ravens and the Browns. I like those two, and I wouldn't even be mad at you. Sneaky pick, Steelers. I honestly think the Steelers are going.
I think that's as far as value goes. I think that's a pretty good little ticket to have right there on them Steelers, man.
I can't believe the Browns are 5-1 though. That just surprises me. The Browns, they almost won this division last year, and they still got a solid team.
Oh, absolutely, they do. Yeah, I mean, on DraftKings, we got the Bengals favored in this thing.
Yeah, right. BetOnline has Baltimore favored here at +140. The Bengals +165.
Yeah, they've got on DraftKings, they've got the Bengals, the favorites at +140, the Ravens at +145. The Browns are actually 6-1 at +600, and the Steelers are 8-1. I'm telling you, I think I might bet both the Browns and the Steelers at 6-1 and 8-1.
Yeah, I don't blame him there.
I don't understand the concept behind the Bengals being favored in this thing. I know you're getting Joe Burrow back and all that stuff, but has everybody forgotten that defense still garbage?
Yeah, they have. I swear, a lot of these bettors, the casual bettors, they forget that there's two sides of the ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The quarterback can't play every play.
It's like with the Bears, they're all excited with all the weapons and their new young quarterback. Their season win total is 8.5, Cricket, and under 8.5 is even money. No, I think it was plus 110 that I got it at.
If you don't take that
What
down
in
under 6.5,
what in your
you should
right
go
mind makes you think that the Bears should get 9 wins this next season? I'm not saying they can't. I think they
I
get
am.
6 or 7
I'm
wins.
saying they can't. There ain't no way that team wins 9 games.
But people forget, you got a nice offense, but you also got a rookie quarterback there. It's first time in going to be NFL season,
And he's
playing
soft.
against NFL players. Yeah, and he's soft. And also, you forget that defense is garbage. It
I'm
is
saying, dude.
terrible. So
Don't matter
good
if
luck.
you score 40 points a game, you're giving up 42.
You are just spitting facts this morning, my friend.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You are just truth bombs everywhere. Let me see. Team wins. Regular season wins. Let's see. Baltimore Ravens over under 10.5. The under 10.5 is actually favored. I actually don't disagree with that. People might be shocked by that, but we just looked at that schedule. That's not an easy schedule, Cricket.
Not at all, bro.
You start off the first 5 weeks, you got Kansas City, you got Dallas. Those are both road games, by the way. These are 3 road games you get in the first 5 weeks of the season. You got Kansas City, you got Dallas, and you got Cincinnati. Could the Ravens win all those games? Absolutely. Absolutely. Could they go 5-0 through the stretch? They also got Buffalo at home during that, and then the Raiders as well. Could they go 5-0? I wouldn't be shocked if they went 5-0, but that is tough. That is tough. And then they have what are some other games? Obviously they have a tough division that they play in. Then they also have to play Philadelphia at home late in the season.
The Chargers.
And on Christmas Day, they have to go out to Houston.
So, yeah, the NFL didn't do them any favors. I think I might like in this one, man. I like looking at these stage of elimination for some of these teams. And
that's a good bet.
I think I like them to I think you can bet both of these. I think you can pick them to lose in the divisional round at plus 380 or to lose in the conference championship at plus 550 there. I think I like both of those.
Oh, I do like that.
I think they're probably going to be in the mix there. I would expect anybody they could potentially face in a wild card round. I would expect talent to kind of take over there. But divisional round, we know the NFL playoffs can get crazy, man. But I do. Even if they win the division, obviously they're not playing the wild card round there. But divisional round, we've seen this team drop the ball in playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I think you would hedge it out too. I think you bet them to lose early in the playoffs, but also have a ticket on them winning the AFC.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're going to do that, if you're going to bet them like all this plus money like this, y'all, where you got plus 380 to lose in the divisional round, plus 550 conference championship, go ahead and have your bet for them to win and get to the Super Bowl too, because you're going to get enough plus money on that you can still have.
Speaking of that, let's take a look. You get plus 550 that they're going to the Super Bowl.
So yeah, you got.
It kind of feels that this team feels that way. They're either they're either winning this damn thing or they're gonna have a disappointing playoff. I don't think they're getting back to the AFC and losing again in the AFC Championship.
Right. So maybe you can leave that one alone there too. But like I said, if you're betting them to win the AFC, go ahead and have your sprinkle on them to win the whole damn thing too. This team's got a lot of talent.
Bull says it just depends on how soon they play the Chiefs. Got him. I don't think I could even at I don't think at 3-1 I could bet under 8.5 wins. That would have to, some things would have to go terribly wrong for them.
No. It would really have to. Lamar would have to go down like week 1 or 2.
Also, I don't see how in the world they get 13 wins with that schedule. It's too brutal.
I think
you're only getting plus 250 on it. I don't think that there's value.
I feel like if you're them, you don't even want 13 wins with this schedule. Yeah, I just go ahead and call the dogs a little bit, go 11-6, be done.
Listen, I think this is probably the wise bet. I know you got to lay minus 325, but I would not mind laying 325 under 12.5 wins. I think it's going to be very hard to get the 13 wins with that schedule.
Yeah, it definitely is. But that's your thing. I don't lay that big juice like that.
If I see value, I just pick it up,
Pick it up, man. It's laying in the weeds.
Baltimore Ravens to make the playoffs. Yes, minus 280. That seems right.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably right on there. I don't want to lay that either because, like I said, this is a tough division, y'all. This is probably the tightest as far as the odds we've seen, based off the conference or the divisions we've done so far. This is probably the tightest division, I would think. I don't know. Maybe the The NFC
Oh,
South's pretty tight, but all of them. So this is the tightest good division.
why is John Harbaugh to be coach of the year is 50-1? That might be worth a sprinkle. If they have the best record,
Man, this is one of those things where they spread these things around. He's already won a couple of those. I mean, yeah, it's obviously worth a sprinkle at those odds right there, but I feel like they're always trying to give these to new guys coming in. Last year you had
yeah, but if they do end up having the best record, they go down to LA, they beat Jim, so he beats his brother. They beat the Texans on Christmas Day, right? So that'd be another big spotlight win. If they beat the Chiefs to start the season, I'm saying, man, 50-1. Jim is up here at 10-1. I don't think that's right. I don't think they should. Like, there's no way in hell I'm betting Jim Harbaugh because he has
Dan,
a way harder time to win that.
Dan Quinn's winning Coach of the Year, man.
Dan Quinn?
Yeah,
You think so?
I do. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be the best of the rookie quarterbacks. I think he's going to be the like C.J. Stroud of last year. I think they're going to. I mean, they're not making the playoffs, or I don't know. It'd be real close. I'll tell you, if Dan Quinn does anything, if Dan Quinn wins 7 games with that team, I like
You
Dan
do
Quinn.
realize
Dude.
we're talking about Dan Quinn,
I do.
like the Dan Quinn.
Yeah, man. I know
Okay.
28-3 and all that, but he was up by nearly 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Couldn't hold on to it, but hey.
Well, if you think Lamar Jackson is going to win his third MVP and back-to-back MVPs, first person to do it since Aaron Rodgers did, you can go 22-1 on that. I don't think so.
I wouldn't bet it again. Like I said, I feel like they kind of not that he didn't have a great season, but I do feel like they were. Like I said, that was CMC's award last year. Should have been.
They robbed him. That was disgusting. Derrick Henry, if you think he's going to have a one hell of a season, offensive player of the year, 18-1.
Ooh,
You got it left in the tank, huh?
I don't know if he'll get the volume. That's not that offense isn't like the Titans' offense was when he was really putting up those big numbers. Man, they're not going to give him the ball that much. He's going to get the ball, but he's not going to get those 25, 30 carries a game that he was getting when he was rushing for 200 a game. You know what I'm saying? That's not what their offense does.
Look at this. Derrick Henry receiving yards on the season. Over under 195.5 with the under being juiced to minus 130.
I like the over, bro.
Plus even money?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Take over, man. You got to figure, what did you say, 195?
Mm-hmm.
You got to have, a little over, 12, 13 yards a week. Yeah, one catch for 14 yards every week. That gets him there, don't
Dude, he get over this number in one catch.
195?
Okay.
I don't know about all that, but
I like his over under receptions is 25. I'd rather go over his yards than
if he gets 25 receptions, don't get to 200 damn yards. I mean, like I said, what? You just got to have 8 yards a catch?
Not even. Well, yeah, 8 yards a catch.
Yeah, you're there.
And one of those he's busting for 40 yards.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's going to have the one where he catches a screen pass and goes for 75 to the house or something.
I don't know if you want to be throwing the ball to Derrick Henry 26 times in a season.
No, your offensive line's garbage if you're having to.
Yeah. No.
Especially with Lamar as your quarterback.
Yeah, I think the under reception is good there. Over under 10.5 rushing TDs or 1,000 yards rushing. That is interesting. The over's favored at minus 125. So that is interesting.
That's probably right.
Yeah, feels right. Lamar's interceptions over 8.5. Lamar's passing TDs 22.5. Lamar's passing yards, that's kind of light, 3,300 in today's NFL. That seems light.
Yeah, but didn't he only throw for how many did he throw for last year? Wasn't it like
not a lot, like right around that number?
I thought it was like 3,200 and something.
Ooh, this feels like a trap. Lamar Jackson's over under rushing TDs 5.5. The over is minus 135. That feels like a trap.
That should be higher.
I feel like it should be. That's why I'm like, why aren't we?
He got a lot of those last year where they'd be inside the 10 and he would scramble and get the cheap touchdown. I guess they're expecting those to go to Derrick Henry this year.
That feels like a trap. I think I'd rather bet, especially since you do have Derrick Henry, you'll actually probably get pretty good odds of Lamar first touchdown scorer in games.
Yeah, you always do. Yeah,
you do, but thinking that they have Henry now, Henry would be the favorite now, and so that would boost Lamar's odds. I might be looking at some of those this season.
Yeah, we'll have to monitor that a little bit.
Mark Andrews, 800 yards receiving is his over-under.
If he stays healthy, he'll get that easy.
Yeah, and then Zay Flowers is 900 yards. So,
well, I like his over. I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver this year.
What? Who do you think is going to score more TDs, Zay Flowers or Lamar Jackson? Because they're both set at 5.5.
Are we talking Lamar?
Yes, he obviously rushed.
I think they both get over that number.
Okay, man, I didn't know you were a closet Ravens fan.
I just know they're good, bro. There's a lot of talent there, a whole lot of talent. You got a good coaching staff. You are in a tough division with a tough schedule here, but this Ravens team has a solid depth chart.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There you have it, folks. That is the Ravens 2024 preview. If you like what you saw in this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel wherever you're at, and consider becoming a supporter, a member of the channel as well. We'd appreciate that. We will we'll catch you on the next video too. That was a terrible ending. Terrible ending. Let's try that again. Hey, thanks for hanging out. If you like this video, smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Consider being a supporter, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.
That's a little better. That's a little better. What y'all don't know is we don't plan anything around here. We do all this in real time.
I don't think people would have guessed that.
I don't think they'd like it if we didn't.
Yeah, being professional, actually having stuff prepared. Everything lined up. I do feel good the days that I do get to do that I actually have like 20 tabs lined up. Like, oh, I got all the stuff we're going to talk about today, right in order too.
Mm-hmm.
And it never goes that way either.
I was gonna say we never get to all that stuff.
No, because we go on a tangent somewhere.
These things happen.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out with us. Man, we got over 1,300 of you hanging out here in the chat with us. You guys are amazing over on the Rumble side of thing. Shout out to everyone on Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, X, wherever you're at. We appreciate you. Smash the like button. Share this video out there. And who are we going to cover tomorrow, Cricket?
Let's do the Browns.
I love it. The Browns. And remember, tomorrow we might have a special guest named Tom Brady join us for our famous birthday stream tomorrow. So, Tom showed up last year. Maybe we'll get him back in here this year. I don't know, but you guys will have to tune in for the birthday stream tomorrow here live on Rumble. Smash the like button. Give us a follow so you don't miss when we go live tomorrow. I'll actually try to be on time for my birthday. How about that? Huh? We'll start the year off for the birthday, 33 off right, see if we can get a streak going. How many times we can start on time.
That streak probably won't make it to the end of the week, but it's all right.
The streak probably won't even start tomorrow, so we'll see. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll catch you tomorrow, bright and early, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, to talk all things Cleveland Browns plus what's going on in the sports world. And then until then,
good luck, good gambling,
and game on.